This news program is proudly brought to you by Smart Start Breakfast Biscuits and Now Biscuits.
Funding approved for natural disaster relief. Open dialogue on PNG's forest and climate. And PNG women in energy sector supported. A very good evening. This is National EMTV News. I'm Grace Papiali. Thank you for joining us. Hundreds of people in the East Sepik province have been left homeless after the 7-point magnitude earthquake struck the province, damaging thousands of homes. This happened while the province was dealing with widespread flooding. Provincial member for East Sepik province, Alan Bird, remains adamant to rebuild all that was damaged.
According to the provincial member, they are still assessing the impact and are collecting reports with the possibility that the final count could be much higher. Mr. Bird remains firm to rebuild back his province. He stated that the Samaritan Aviation and PHA are dealing with the injured and reported several casualties already. Bird visited some of the affected areas in Upper, Middle and Lower Sepik with the assistance of the Samaritan Aviation. He further revealed that with regard to the multi-pronged disaster, his Sepik provincial government has already responded and have allocated funds towards a relief effort. Mr. Bird added that the province can't afford to wait on anyone else to help because many parts of the country are also facing flood damage at the same time. He further stated that the national government has yet to assist the business affected by the riots of January 10th and they can't afford to wait behind the queue. Bird highlighted that the province has enough funds already available and hence they have deployed emergency health care to be shortly followed by relief efforts this week. He made his stance clear that the East Sepik provincial government will not be requesting any assistance from the national government, with indication that the provincial leaders have already authorized the use of 5.6 million kina from this year's provincial allocation to the LLGs to be utilized for relief efforts. He stated that based on needs, he will write a letter to the OC and ORD to allow another 5 million kina from PSIP for relief efforts. Bird highlighted the province's immediate needs and further added that as a government, it's about time they acted like one, indicating that they can't afford to wait. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Following the natural disasters that hit East Sepik province and damaged properties, homes and even injured and claimed a number of lives, leaving people without food and safe drinking water, the provincial administrator and the chairman of the Provincial Disaster Committee, Samson Toravi, has declared state of emergency in East Sepik under the National Disaster Act, Section 13, and the powers of the Provincial Disaster Committee vested upon him. This declaration authorizes the mobilization of all available resources, state and locally, to provide the necessary assistance in response, recovery, and mitigation of said emergencies. It also calls for the activation of the Provincial Disaster Emergency Response Plan. The state of emergency will remain in effect until further notice. A funding package of 500 million kina has been approved by the National Executive Council with the aim to provide immediate relief and restoration to the population affected by natural disasters. This announcement was made by Prime Minister James Marape.
Marape, in a statement, said to facilitate this relief effort, the funds will be drawn from a variety of sources, including the 2024 budget, Connect PNG, the District Service Improvement Program, the Provincial Service Improvement Program, Disasters Fund, and support from development partners. He stated that the Office of the Chief Secretary understands the enormity of the situation and is coordinating a whole-of-government approach through a National Disaster Steering Steering Committee to assess and coordinate with the help of National Disaster Office and Provincial Disaster Office for special interventions. Marape indicated that this financial mobilization is aimed at ensuring that the support reaches the communities most in need without delay and restoration is made to areas affected. He further called on districts and provinces directly affected by natural disasters to expedite the process of accessing their allocated DSIP and PSIP funds, stating that this proactive measure is intended to enhance the efficiency of the relief distribution process, ensuring that the funding support not only reaches all affected areas, but does so in a timely manner. To ensure funds are immediately available, the Prime Minister has directed Finance Minister Rainbow Paita to facilitate the immediate drawdown of the DSIP and PSIP funds, plus infrastructure funds that are in the 2024 budget. Further financial instruction has been made to ensure the use of service improvement funds to address disaster relief. The Prime Minister's statement further detailed the targeted areas, notably mentioning Gumani district of Chimbu province as a region of particular concern where the impact of these natural calamities has resulted in the loss of lives. Sharon Engnui, National EMTV News.
Santos recently announced the establishment of its new Global Support Center in PNG, which is a pathway to providing an avenue for leveraging local talent and promoting them worldwide.
The official launching of the PNG Global Support Center was officiated by the Prime Minister James Marape in Port Moresby. The new facility will operate as a hub for providing critical support services to Santos's worldwide operations using local highly skilled workforce. In his keynote address, the Prime Minister acknowledged Santos for being consistent as a corporate citizen in PNG and for adapting to a call to add value in its core businesses through investment in human resources.
Local Papua New Guineans at employment here. Good to see a strong presence of women leadership, women workforce, and more importantly, I see youth and don't miss him here. I want to congratulate the promotion of Papua New Guinea to be the head of the Kumul Marine Terminal. What a wonderful story upon our conversation for the merger between Oil Sets and Santos.
Santos Executive Vice President of Eastern Australia and Papua New Guinea, Brett Darley, welcomed and thanked the Prime Minister for his presence.
As mentioned during the conference in Sydney in December, it's our intent that this Global Support Centre will be a catalyst for employment opportunities, harnessing the local talent here in PNG, and also for leadership development. So it's not also, it is getting the resources and the capability here, but also setting people up for leadership positions.
Santos Country Chair Leon Baskens said the PNG Global Support Centre initiative and the new roles that come with it will support the broader Eastern Australia and PNG asset portfolio, resulting in insourcing of engineering and maintenance activity as the initial phase and the direct employment of nationals.
Is genuine value in a long-term business, genuine win-win relationship. Not only have we upheld our commitment today as I speak, I'm proud to inform you that 90% of our workforce are PNG citizens. And with 80% of our leadership roles in Papua New Guinea held also by PNG citizens.
Tamara Agavi, National EMTV News.
The French Embassy and the European Union delegation in Papua New Guinea has organized a high-level dialogue today, bringing together local and international partners. The climate talk aims to discuss lessons learned and good practices in conservation and exchange collective effort to address environmental and climate challenges faced in the country.
The goal of the event was to discuss the country's package on forest, nature and climate into the global multilateral dynamic. Country package first discussed at 27th United Nations Climate Change Conference aimed to achieve international forest, biodiversity and climate objectives by coordinating the efforts of public, private, bilateral, multilateral, scientific and civil society players. This was further explained by France's ambassador to PNG.
As you of course remember, last December at COP28 in Dubai, a package was announced to support forest, nature and climate programs in PNG. This announcement of what we call now a country package is a result of an international coalition launched at COP27 in Glasgow in November 22.
Minister for Environment Conservation and Climate Change thanked the French government and all the development partners, stating that PNG is looking forward to work with them to establish a multi-year program to help protect, preserve and effectively manage our marine biodiversity ecosystem.
As a country with net zero emissions, we are committed to continue our efforts to preserve our rainforest as we look forward to work ahead with the government of France and partners through this country package. The country package on forest, nature and climate is one of the many programs in the EU's ongoing collaborations with the government of Papua New Guinea to enhance national development efforts, including in the climate change work.
Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
The Acting Managing Director for Climate Change and Development Authority, Deborah Sungi, announced today that the carbon market regulation is up to its final stage and will soon be tabled through the National Executive Council.
Ms. Deborah Sungi says understanding the carbon market is a complex issue and they had a long journey in terms of carbon market.
Article 5, which is actually talking about forest, and then we have the discussions that we had, the negotiations since Paris into ensuring that there is results-based payments attached to the forest that we are conserving.
She stressed that as a responsible government authority, its role is to understand and ensure that those international negotiations has to be something that works within the national circumstance. Ms. Sungi says CCDA's role is to manage the carbon market within PNG.
The discussions of markets come into play in terms of ensuring that we have the incentives that we can actually provide to our people that are conserving their forests.
She confirmed that through the partnership with development partners, they have the vision to actually implement the activities. Ms. Sungi said the team has finalized the carbon market regulation and it's up to its final stage now.
Hence, we have developed through our Climate Change Management Act amendments, and I would like to thank good minister for his leadership and also the government in ensuring that we have the amendment now for the Climate Change and Development Authority.
CCDA's priority area is to implement the country package, which she continued by acknowledging their development partners, the French government, as well as other players in the climate change management sector. Esther Gane, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break. Stay with us.
The Smart Start School promotion is back this year. Win yourself one of 1,000 consolation prizes valued at 50 kina each nationwide. And the school with the highest number of valid entries per region will win a 44,000 kina Smart Start School grant. Simply collect 3 empty packets of Smart Start breakfast biscuits. Put in an envelope with your name, school and number on the envelope and drop in an entry box at a participating school near you. Promo ends on the 22nd of April. Contact us on Facebook to register your school today. Terms and conditions apply.
Buy more, win more one-time roots rice. Bring them up when you mark below 300,000 kina. No can miss out. Buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice, cut them round and pick the roots logo on top from front ng bag rice, na write the name, nanamag long yung long backside ng name. Drop him inside long entry box long store. Week 1 draw, 1-1 winner by 500 kina. Week 2 draw, 1,000 kina. Week 3 draw, 2,000 kina. Na long week 4 draw, 5,000 kina. Second Roots Rice Facebook page long kissing Motok 7. Terms and conditions start.
Remember the joy of playing with your toys as a child? At Morning Plus, we believe that every small business deserves a chance to build and grow. That's why we offer asset financing.
Now chance to building something new, to see a different point of view. With Morning Plus, we're ready to go.
Dipla halivim wari bilang you.
Power Energy Drink. Feel the power.
Number one, super teacher or semi.
Number one's for everyone on land
and on the sea.
Number one's for everyone.
No matter what you do, well, I work hard for family. We work hard for you.
Join us tonight at 7 as we hold discussions with the head of the International Monetary Fund in PNG.
Throughout almost that 50-year history, there's been a constant engagement between the IMF and PNG. We've opened up a new office because of the IMF program, which is here to support the government. That's very, very important for maintaining PNG's sort of a decent record of price stability.
That's on tonight.
You're watching National EMTV News. The United States government, through the United States Agency for International Development, celebrated the National Women's Day by recognizing the achievements and contributions of women in Papua New Guinea's energy sector at the 3rd Annual Women in Energy Awards today in Port Moresby.
The event started off with the panel discussion on this year's United Nations Women's Day theme, Invest in Women, Accelerate Progress. The panelists were from various organizations in the energy sector, including PNG Power Limited and Santos Foundation. They all discussed on how they have been able to contribute to this program of electrification in the country. The USAID country representative to PNG, Solomon Islands and Vanuatu, Nino Nadziradze, in a keynote speech stated that USAID supported PNG Power's development of a gender equity and social inclusion policy, which will institutionalize equity and diversity in the workplace. She added that USAID also works with industry actors to ensure the inclusion of gender planning in business development.
And we are here for you and to support your objective. We are not here to do any work for you. We are here to support you. And please count on us and see us as your partners, because this is what we want this project.
She highlighted that the USAID Papua New Guinea Electrification Partnership activity over the last 4 years has partnered with PNG Power to strengthen their financial viability and operability, and the National Energy Authority to strengthen regulation, explore off-grid electrification models, and harness the power of the private sector to introduce new technologies and promote greater investment in the energy sector. Promoting gender equity and inclusion is essential to every element of this work.
I look forward to engaging with you, and not only those that are getting awards, but those that are not, but have made a huge impact on what we all try to accomplish.
She stressed that women are catalysts of change in their homes and communities, and the United States is proud to support female entrepreneurs in the solar industry, including by facilitating the development of commercial relationships with solar companies and microfinance institutions. Luis Maingu, National EMTV News.
5 women and 2 male champions have been recognized by the USAID through the Papua New Guinea's Electrification Partnership Program to receive the Women in Energy Award today in Port Moresby. These awardees have been recognized through their contribution in their respective careers in the USAID PEP.
The USAID Papua New Guinea's Electrification Partnership is a 5-year program that supports PNG government's electrification goal of connecting 70% of the population by 2030 with electricity. USAID has supported public investments like PNG Power Limited and private investments to provide electricity to provincial centers, island communities, and other remote populations. These efforts contribute to the activity's overall electrification targets. And Audi, Diane Kilamanu Naime, PNG Power Limited team leader, manager for asset management, was recognized for her leadership and innovation and also empowering women and communities. She shared her thoughts on the USAID PEP activity.
I work in the asset management area, so they're helping us in improving our asset management processes. So that is like, by improving the asset management, we will improve our assets. It's not really to do with connecting more customers, but improving PPL's current assets. And that's how USAID PEP are giving us mainly technical advice and direction in that.
One of the male champions who also received an award today was the Executive Manager, Corporate Affairs Division for PNG Power Limited, Andrew Kavanamur, who explained his role in contributing to the electrification activity.
I was awarded the Male Champion Award. Basically, the Male Champion Award is awarded to a male in the organization who supports the work of women empowerment. So in my job with PNG Power, I'm the team leader recruitment and performance management, but I also work with the USAID PEP on engendering activities within the organization. So I am privileged to be awarded the Male Champion Award for this year. And
this year is the 3rd year of the Papua New Guinea's Electrification Partnership activity and the award presentation. Luis Maingu, National EMTV News.
Women leaders and representatives from each district in Central Province gathered yesterday in Boera village outside of Port Moresby to commemorate the National Women's Day. Attending the event was also the Governor for Central Province, Rufina Pita.
Representing women from communities in Abau, Rigo, Kairuku, Goilala and Hirikoari districts of Central Province, the day was most significant as they marked the day with the Governor. Since taking office, Governor Peter took task to ensure the provincial government support women empowerment in the province. Thus, 1 million kina was allocated to support the Central Province Council of Women. She challenged the women leaders present to ensure the funding and the work they do must reach the women at the community level.
You and I are here to work hard for those women in the villages.
because we are given this opportunity of leadership, me at level of political leadership, and you at your various levels. Wherever you are holding position of leadership, it's those women in the communities, in the villages, that we are here to represent. We are not here for ourselves.
Governor Peter commended the women for establishing their Council of Women in each districts and local level government.
I'm visualizing that the Council of Women is the main umbrella body, if you like. And then you have women in business, women in agriculture, women in forestry, all coming under that. And so when the funds go out, then it goes through the different sectors, subsectors. Yes. And so the sooner we do it, we're already in March, end of March, we're going to go into April, the better.
She said setting up an organizational structure from the national level down to the communities will make Central Province a model province for women empowerment and equal participation. Representing the women from Cloudy Bay LLG in Abau District, Tau Binga thanked the governor for her support in funding and pledged to get women in her area to get organized and utilize the support.
It's not wrong that we are celebrating this National Women's Day. Referring back to what Governor was saying, leading money and we putting God on 1 million. How are you and I going to implement down there?
Edson Kuso, National EMTV News.
Addressing women at the National Women's Day event yesterday, Governor for Central, Rufina Peter, gave her thoughts on the reserved seats for women in Parliament, as well as highlighting the challenges women leaders face and the slow progress in terms of the support for women pursuing leadership roles.
Governor Peter acknowledged the challenges and the achievements of the women leaders before her, who had carved the path for her and other women leaders today. She said the idea of having reserved seats for women was brought forth by Dame Carol Kidu, and she still supports that.
Please, I want to acknowledge that, yes, I went through the main door, but I still believe that we need reserved seats. And that's my personal view.
She said having reserved seats for women will ensure there is always a balance of views and voice in the National Parliament.
And so, personally for me, I believe in reserved seats. So that if tomorrow, 27, I don't come back, or another woman doesn't replace me, and in the other 3 seats that are there, we must still have women who come to the reserve seats.
Governor said the cultural perception that politics is for men only is still dominant in the country.
Let me qualify that. It's not having reserve seats, without time frame. I think within 15 years, 3 terms of Parliament is enough to change our mindsets, shift our mindsets. So if you have consistently 3 women in Parliament demonstrating what women can do as political leaders, then it should help to shift the mindsets of our people. And so you have a better appreciation in the community of what women can do. Otherwise, I think up until now, there's only about 8 or 9 women who went through Parliament, former parliaments before we got here. For 50 years and for that kind of performance, that's really not good at all. Not good at all. So.
She said we have been a country for nearly 50 years now, but we have had less than 10 women leaders in Parliament since. Edson Kuso, National EMTV News.
Now we take a look at the Nest Fund market report. The kina closed unchanged at $0.2652 in the interbank market. At Bank South Pacific, Kina was buying $0.2577 $0.3894 Australian dollars, 0.2297 euro, 38.75 Japanese yen. Looking at commodity prices at New York close, gold is trading lower, coffee closed higher, cocoa closed higher, copper closed unchanged, palm oil closed unchanged, Crude oil is trading lower, copper closed lower. And on the stock market, the Dow Jones closed higher, the ASX 200 is trading lower, the All Ordinaries is trading lower. National EMTV News continues after the break with more local stories. Stay with us.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family. Living each day, knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
Mamas One Time Telecom's Good Plum mobile data plans. With 8 exclusive mobile data plans to choose from, select a plan that best suits your budget. You can purchase a plan for as low as 3 kina for 1 gigabyte of data valid for 24 hours. Or receive 130 gigabyte of data valid for 30 days for only 150 kina. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime. Terms and conditions apply.
Buy more, win more one-time roots rice. Win half money mark belum 300,000 kira. No can miss out. Buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice. Cut them round in big roots logo on top long front long bag rice. Na write the name, na naman long you long backside long M. Drop him inside long entry box long store. Week 1 draw, 1 winner by 500 kina. Week 2 draw, 1,000 kina. Week 3 draw, 2,000 kina. Na long week 4 draw, 5,000 kina. Second Roots Rice Facebook page long kissing more talk 7. Terms and conditions start.
Experience a convenient and smarter way to do your banking with BSP Mobile Banking. You don't have to leave the office or your home to pay for bills. You can view your account balance, transfer funds, top up phone credits, or purchase Easy Pay units wherever you are. Visit your BSP branch today to register now for BSP Mobile Banking. BSP Mobile Banking, the smarter way to bank. BSP, our bank, our people.
Are you ready? EMTV presents the Isuzu T20 Smash from 29th March to 5th May. 28 matches. Watch the men's and women's cricket team live and exclusive right here on your number one to watch, EMTV.
Tomorrow on House and Home, we take in the majestic view of the Koitaki Country Club in Out and About, RSPCA Dog Pound visit to see who's up for adoption, Hatwalk Man with Jordan Dangi, and this month's book review is Nelson Mandela's Long Walk to Freedom. That's House and Home, tomorrow night, only on your number one to watch, EMTV.
You're watching National EMTV News. This morning, police officers in the NCD Command assisted a company that owns a piece of land near the Arima flyover and evicted the squatters occupying the area. The outgoing Metropolitan Superintendent, Silva Sika, had confirmed that Arima is one of the crime hotspot areas in the city, and he is pleased that the police are assisting the company to evict the people living there.
The Hugo Sawmill Company sought police assistance this morning to remove the group of people. According to police, most of the people living there were involved in vending under the Arima flyover bridge and also around Gordons and Arima area. Records from 7 Mile and Gordons police station also confirmed that some of the petty crimes that took place around their area of operation were done by these squatters. Police officers who were tasked to carry out the eviction had confirmed that this will now help them to see a decrease in crime along the flyover and Gordons area. Genuine people who are also residing around the Gordons and Arima area are now asked to report to police settlers living around that area who are involved in criminal activities. The outgoing Metropolitan Superintendent Silva Sika added that since the people not have permanent residence in the city, they loiter and involve in criminal injustice without respecting the rule of law. He also called on citizens to report such groups of people who are erecting illegal settlements in the city. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
Prime Minister James Marape has commended personnel in the Department of Defense for their professional manner in which they are handling the issue of their affected salaries.
In a media statement today, the Prime Minister James Marape conveyed his commendations to the defense personnel for their response in respecting the rule of law and the administrative processes. PM Marape expressed that some of these people endured hardships last Wednesday when what was scheduled to be the upgrade of their salary was not implemented due to slow data input by the Department of Defense. However, he added that the members of the Defense Force showed how it should be done in respect to personal emoluments, salaries, and administrative matters. PM Marape indicated that sometimes the system does not calculate things as quickly as we would want and administrative results are delayed. He highlighted that the government has given the assurance that a special pay will be made. Louis Maingu, National EMTV News.
49 students from the Gulf Province were hosted with a graduation reception by Total Energies EP PNG at Hilton Hotel this morning in Port Moresby. This reception will be followed by a graduation tomorrow, which will see them attain certificates in their various industrial courses.
The 49 students will be graduating from the Port Moresby Technical College with NC3 in various industrial courses. Out of the 49, 13 females will also be graduating. These students were able to complete studies through the Total Energies PNG Scholarship Program.
We've been going since 2019. The idea is it's actually not just for Total, it's actually Papua LNG. So we look at students from both upstream, downstream and all over PNG.
Lard explains the purpose this reception serves.
Well, the purpose is to, first of all, celebrate the graduation and also to talk to some of our suppliers and have some of our suppliers or primary people that have relationships with us to see what we're doing, and at the same time to really focus and try and put an emphasis back on national content, because we are very dedicated to workforce development. In this.
TEPNG Managing Director Arnold Bedhead said sponsoring these students is part of Total Energy's obligation towards building sustainability, and one such is nation building.
But building a nation is also to train the youngest of this nation, to give some opportunities for them to develop their competencies, the skills.
He said the Papua LNG needed skilled men and women to contribute meaningfully to the growth of the project. Patrick Dennis, who spoke on behalf of his fellow friends, stated this is a life-changing opportunity provided by Total Energies PNG. This program has relieved their parents financially and enabled them to complete their studies. He acknowledges Total Energies for their support and vowed to return and serve his province. He also urged his colleagues that their province of Gulf needs their service for the betterment of the province. Gladys Killer, National EMTV News.
The trade of metal fabrication welding is a male-dominated field. However, Lynn Bryan, who hails from Baimura village in the Gulf province, is a living testament challenging the stereotype gender roles. Lynn will be graduating with a national certificate degree in metal fabrication welding from Port Moresby Technical College in the nation's capital.
After completing Year 12 in 2020 at Arima Coronation High School, Bryan was offered a place in Atley ITI. However, unable to get herself enrolled due to financial constraints, she sacrificed 2 years at home searching for job opportunities in Arima town. Leanne recalls in 2021, whilst walking the town in search of job opportunities, she noticed a large group of people gathered around a notice board where TVET courses were available to students in Gulf, sponsored by Total Energies PNG.
Al total been put him out scholarship program Ronald. I'm looking at me apply.
She stated she wasted no time, took hold of the opportunity and submitted her application under the TVET course Metal Fabrication Welders. In an interview with this newsroom today, Leanne reminisces the challenges she encountered throughout her studies.
Side blows, engineering drawings, and miss at same time like club. Those side blows la trade. But all teacher will stop to help me. Look him drawing, make him something.
Leanne encourages young girls in Gulf province to focus on their education and apply for TVET courses sponsored by Total Energies, stating it is a great opportunity. Leanne is hopeful to find job opportunities within Total Energies or other opportunities that best suit a qualification. Gladys Kila, National EMTV News.
National EMTV News continues after the break with Trukai Sports. Stay with us.
Accept the challenge. Choose PNG's favorite purified bottled water. True Wara, 100% PNG made.
Proudly bottled by Paradise Foods.
How much does your company spend on document output each year? With Abel's Toshiba Copier SLA, you only pay for what you actually use. The days of buying and storing toners are long gone. We have an experienced team to ensure your efficient printing practices. The best part is, we provide preventive maintenance to reduce unplanned machine downtime. Able Home and Office Toshiba Copier SLA, a better solution for your printing needs.
My name's Linda Basso. I signed up for the maximum 24-year term life policy with BSP Life Insurance. When I got my survival benefit, it came out at the right time because I had my mom that was sick. She had to be admitted to the hospital, so I used that money to pay for mom's medical expenses. Just like the umbrella protects you from rainy or sunny days, BSP Life Insurance protects you at your time of financial needs.
BSP Life, with you for life.
Buy more, win more one-time roots rice. Win him half money mark belum 300,000 kina. No can miss out. Buy 10 kg roots medium grain rice, cut them round in big roots logo on top long front long bag rice, na write him name, na namas long your long backside long name. Drop him inside long entry box long store. Week 1 draw, 1 winner by 500 kina. Week 2 draw, 1,000 kina. Week 3 draw, 2,000 kina. Na long week 4 draw, 5,000 kina. Second Roots Rice Facebook page long kisim motok save. Terms and conditions is start.
Top up now with Telecom's Good Plus More bundles. Subscribe to any of Telecom's More bundle plans, ranging from 3 kina to 75 kina to enjoy unlimited on-net calls, more SMS, more data with increased off-net minutes. Choose from 8 exclusive plans, packed with more value to experience seamless communication with your family and friends. Telecom, connecting you anywhere, anytime. Terms and conditions apply.
Dear son, you ask me how I live such a good life. Yes, I've had some good luck, like the day I met your mother. But it wasn't always that way. I've made some good choices too, like working hard and keeping my super with NASFAN. They looked after it for me, which meant I could concentrate on looking after my family, living each day knowing that when the time came, I'd be ready for tomorrow. Love, Dad.
It's almost time to crunch a month's on Kaitan. If you're a warrior in your kitchen and want to be featured in the show, send us your video. The sky's the limit. It could be a family recipe. It could be a secret recipe. It could even be a simple recipe, just adding a few touches to make it special. Send us a video of your best recipe creation today and we'll feature it on Kaitan.
Trukai Sports.
Welcome to Trukai Sports. The Southern Region AFL PNG development will end its 6-week Super Kick program this weekend and is looking forward to run the school clinics and competition in the region.
Southern Region AFL PNG Development Manager David Topeni told Trukai Sports today that Southern Region team will end its 6-week Super Kick program this weekend and is looking forward to run the school clinics and competition in the region. During the 5 weeks of the program, Topeni said more than 200 students have shown interest in the program and have registered with AFL PNG. He further stressed that the team will run the clinics in schools within the city and rural areas in Port Moresby. He also said that AFL PNG will track the students who have registered through the database program.
Keep going, play on!
Topeni also said that the program will identify talents in the region, including outside centres. AFL PNG will host a regional carnival this year.